Alright guys, so I said in my update video that I bought my Behringer X32 X32 Compact because I'm going to start running live sound for bands. So in this video, I'm just going to be kind of taking you guys through the process of everything and just kind of showing you what I do. So as I'm editing this video, I realized that I didn't really give a backstory to how I even got the job in the first place. I actually mentioned this in my update video, but again, I didn't give the whole story, so here it is. So on July 27th, my teacher sent me the contact information for a San Antonio band named Dinner Plate that needed a sound operator for a concert they were having. Now, what was special about this one was this was actually going to be their last performance indefinitely because most of the band members were going off to college. So they needed someone to not only run sound, but also to multi-track record the performance. Multi-track recording is basically where you record each individual instrument simultaneously instead of just one stereo audio file. So I did that, took it home, mixed it, and then I sent them the mix that I made as well as the multi-tracks in case they also wanted to mix it themselves. However, there were actually 3 bands there that night. So I decided last minute to just multi-track record all of these bands and give them a mix as well. So I did that same thing for all 3 bands. So one of the bands there from that night, Porcelain Heights, reached out to me after I sent them their mix, and they said, "Hey, can you do the same thing for us, same place on September 1st? So I accepted. Shout out to them, by the way, for giving a full month's notice for this reason. I didn't have a mixer capable of multi-track recording. Neither did they. So, what did I do? I went bankrupt. Not really. So yeah, thankfully that inspired the purchase of the X32. This was really good actually because I've been wanting to own one for a while, so this was a great excuse to finally purchase one. Now the thing is, the X32 does not multi-track record straight out of the box. You can either hook it up to a laptop through USB and then use a digital audio workstation, or the route I went, you can buy this, the X Live card. This is an expansion card that you can swap out in the back of the unit, and this one has the same USB port as the stock card, but also 2 SD card slots. This card allows me to record multi-track WAV files to the SD card. Also, yes, they are multi-track WAV files, not individual files per channel. So at that point, the X32 was multi-track capable. And there's the backstory. Back to the video. Alright y'all, so it is the next day, and I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what I've done. So if we view channel 1 through 16, as you can see, I have everything set up. So channel 1 and 2 are going to be the 2 vocal mics. Now these are going to be the only 2 mics that I have going through the PA speakers. Everything else here is going to be recorded. So as you can see, I have 2 vocal tracks, 2 guitars, 1 bass, kick, 2 overheads, and a snare drum. And they're all colored. Red is vocal, blue is guitar, and green is drums. Obviously didn't really put a color on this one. I just left it white. But yeah, I'm really excited and being super proactive about this. So yeah, there's the board setup. So the next step obviously is to make sure that the venue actually has PA speakers. So I asked one of the band members to check, and he said he was pretty sure that they had them, but he'll let me know if there were any issues. So a few days later, I get this message. So I asked him what speakers they were because I figured there had to be some sort of way I could still use the X32, and he said the speakers were Harbinger M200s. And sure enough, when you buy them, it comes with 2 speakers and a powered mixer. The X32 is an unpowered mixer. For those who don't know, powered mixers have built-in amplifiers that drive the speakers, and unpowered mixers like the X32 feed a much lower level audio signal to the speakers, which have their own built-in amplifiers. So I checked out the Harbinger speakers and sent him this video. So I was looking at this mixer, and obviously you have your 4 mic inputs, but I noticed there's an auxiliary input, which is left and right 3.5mm. Well, I just remembered that I have an XLR to 3.5mm cable, so I went ahead and hooked it up. So the main output of this board will go into that aux input and then out through the speakers. So then the day of the gig came, and at this point I pretty much recorded everything to do with the setup and preparation, so I'll go ahead and let that roll. Okay, so I made a slight change to the input list. I got rid of one of the overheads because I don't think stereo is really that crucial. So now I have kick, snare, and overhead, and then music left and right has been moved to channel 9 and 10. So I went ahead and made that change on the board. So now I have vocal 1, 2, the 3 guitars, the drums, and then these still are linked on channels 9 and 10. So next thing I want to do is change my SD card to only record these first 8 tracks. I was going to have it record 16 because I had the snare here and then the 2 music channels here, but I don't want to record the music channels because if they're performing, actually that's not going to matter. I was going to say if they're performing, this is going to get recorded, but it's multi-track anyway, so I don't have to use those tracks. But I'm going to change it anyway because obviously we're only recording 8. So the way you do that is you go here and then, oh, it is already on 8. That would have been bad if I had left it on there because then it wouldn't have recorded snare. Okay, that's something I'm going to have to be careful about in the future. Channel routing, I'm going to select automatic. The reason being is because during the break, if I want to for some reason play it back, I don't have to go into the routing and change anything. So again, what I'm going to go ahead and do is turn these down, turn this up a little bit, and I don't think this is part of the scene save. So I'm going to go ahead and save. Let me see if it is actually. No, it's not. So the main fader is independent from the scenes. That's nice. Anyway, now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and shut down the console and flip off the power switch. So it's now time to put this case on there. Now the way this case works is you can see maybe that there are 2 foam pieces here that bend this way. This is gonna be the lower part of the board, which is gonna be this side. Right guys, so I am dressed for the gig. I always like to wear my school attire just because it shows that I'm in school, shows where I go, and it's free advertising. So as you can see, it is the Audio Engineering Institute. This is very weird, but as you can, hang on. Here's the back of the shirt. So yeah, it is 4:51. I have to be there around 6:30 or so. I'm going to pack everything up. I have to go to Guitar Center and get a few more stands, and then I'll head over there. So for now, I will join you guys back when I have everything packed up in the car. All right guys, so I have pulled up to Guitar Center because I need to buy 2 mic stands that are used for kick drums. Now, the arms will raise enough. Basically what I'm using it for is for 2 mics for actually I guess no, I have 1, so I need 3. 2 guitars and 1 bass. Basically what I was trying to say here is that I was going to buy some kick drum mic stands so that I can record the guitar amps. This is an example of what I was looking for. Obviously the guitar amps will be on the ground, so I can just use a stand, something like this, instead of having to use a regular boom stand. It's a lot more compact and a lot easier to work with. Thumbs down. They had very few stands and they were all about 70 bucks. So won't be getting any stands. So I didn't do this update before I left the house, but I have my 7 mic cables, the stand for the mixer if I need it, the mixer obviously, my full set of drum mics, and I have this little cup holder for the vocal mic because I remember the guy, he had a water bottle last time and I had this, so I just decided to bring it. But yeah, so I will join you guys back at the green room. Right guys, so we are here at the gig. Got my X32 here. I only have 1 vocal mic because we don't have another vocal mic. So for guitar 1, I have that amp there, that's the bass. There's guitar 2, I have kick, snares there, and an overhead there as well. And obviously, there's the vocal mic. I currently have that on. That's going to be the only mic going through this PA. So As you can see, this is the only channel I have up. So yeah, there's kind of the setup we've got going for tonight. And like I said, we're gonna have the main audio out going into the auxiliary on here.
Hey Christian. Hey.
So yeah, that was a good demonstration of how this works. Alright guys, so the next band is coming in. So what I'm doing right now is I am playing back that performance, which is right here. And I am pretty much live mixing it. As you can see, each one of these are routed. It says C here, which means it's routed as the card. If I were to switch that, it would switch back to the XLR inputs. But as you can see, I just have the vocals off because this is just kind of some filler music. But I have all these up here. As you can see, for example, if I mute the guitars, same for the drums.
An anxious queen, yeah, know what I mean. Now you look so peaceful.
guys, so it is 12:21 a.m. and the green room at Oscar de la Tienda has officially closed for the night, and we are on our way home. Now, got all my stuff here, so got the case of mics, got the board stand, which I didn't end up using. I figured I wouldn't. That was kind of just brought that as a backup in case there wasn't a table. I brought my mic and headphones, stand, basically everything I brought, obviously. So we were now on our way home. I didn't use the JBLs even though I brought them. I ended up just using the in-ears instead because it made more sense. Okay, so next stop, home. Hey guys, so it is the next day, and I thought I'd show you guys what my room looks like right now because I brought everything with me and it's weird not seeing things here. So right here is only my amp instead of obviously the X32 and the amp. My music stands are gone. My desk mic is just kind of sitting here. Obviously the case isn't here because it's still in the car. I'm gonna pretty much bring everything back inside now, so I will go ahead and shoot a time-lapse video actually and show you guys what that looks like, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so I finished setting up my room again, and I've actually made a few changes. It's kind of funny when you take everything out and then you put everything back in, you get some new ideas for stuff. So this is the biggest change I made. These two stands here. This is gonna be like my vocal mic stand. So whenever I'm on gigs, I'm gonna use this mic. I'm gonna have a drink holder for the singers because you obviously need a drink. And then if they wanna put their phone somewhere, if they have something just to put somewhere, they can put that there as well. This stand actually looks a little crooked, so I might trade that out in the future. And also, instead of using the pencil mic, I am now using the Fosmon for my room mic. Now the way this works is if I'm talking to somebody, and obviously I'm right here usually, but if I have to get up or do something in my room and they can't hear me, I'll just turn that on. This one will be at a much higher volume so they can hear me better. So obviously at the time of recording this video, I made changes that I would later change again. So as you can see, my what was at the time room mic is now my desk mic. I'm not using the Samson anymore. As a matter of fact, it is right here. And I figured out how to have my room mic be the built-in mic on the X32. And in case you guys have never heard it before, here it is. It is actually a talkback mic, which is quite interesting. I tried for a very long time to find out what this mic was used for, and I finally figured out it is a talkback mic. And I'm using it as a room mic because it's a condenser mic, so it's pretty sensitive. Obviously, as you heard, there's a slight ringing, but that's kind of off topic. Point is, I made some changes as I'm now editing this video. But yeah, guys, so thank you very much for watching my very first vlog on this channel, a live sound gig, which is not something I would have expected to happen 6 years ago when I started the channel. But yeah, so thank you guys very much for watching, and hopefully I will have many more sound gigs soon. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you all later.